Yes, guys, yes, people, what is going on? Welcome along to my YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of Premier League predictions. Today's Friday, you know what that means? It's time for me to predict this weekend's game week 26 for the Premier League. Now, of course, so far this week, there's been games in hand such as Arsenal Everton. Arsenal won 4-0, then Liverpool Wolves 2-0. And so Arsenal's game in hand is finished, and the same thing goes for Liverpool. But not for Liverpool and for Chelsea because we still have to face each other, and it's going to be for next month. Whereas for Man United, they've got the game in hand against Brentford, and Newcastle and Brighton have got a game in hand. So yes, but hopefully they will do this before May because listen, we're in March. The season ends in like 2 months. So yeah, games are coming in thick and fast. Time is going really fast. So yeah, so let's see what the rest of the games and who's going to win the title, who's going to finish in the top four, who's going to get relegated, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's coming in thick and fast. So we're in March now. So let's see what this weekend has to hold us. So it's time for me to predict this weekend's Premier predictions. But before we get started, if you guys haven't already, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you're new because that will help me a lot. Make sure you click the bell notification that I never miss any of my YouTube content. And make sure you click the share button so that all of you fans, whether you're Chelsea fans, Man United, or whatever fans you are, can also tell me if your team is confident and what's your predictions for the rest of this weekend. So you guys make sure you guys do all of those four things: like, subscribe, hit bell notification, and also the share button. And if you guys can do that, that will make me really happy. So make sure you guys do that for me. All right, so without further ado, let's start off with this weekend's Premier League predictions. All right, so the first game it's New Manchester City versus Newcastle United. Now, of course, when these two faced each other in at St James Park, it was an absolute thrilling game, 3-3. Newcastle we so disappointed because they should have won the game. Because Newcastle don't have a really good record against Man City in the Premier League. So if they would have been that, then that would be great. And that time, Newcastle were in the top four, like challenging for the title and all that stuff. But ever since then, their drop off started in. Let me just have a quick look. Let's have a look. Newcastle's drop off in the Premier League started in. Sorry, let me just quickly get this out. Uh, Newcastle's drop off started in. I think before the World Cup, something like that. No, actually, sorry. Yeah, sorry. After they beat Fulham, yeah, because after they beat Fulham, about a month ago, they drew against Crystal Palace. Then they drew against West Ham, Bournemouth, lost to Newcastle. So, yeah, and they've also lost in the Carabao Cup final. So, yeah, ever since they beat Fulham, Newcastle's drop off has been really poor, and they're in fifth place right now. But listen, Newcastle would rather finish in the top six than and then to be in the Champions League and all that stuff. So yeah, but for Manchester City, they are 5 points by Arsenal because Arsenal won their game and hand against Everton, so they need to get the win. And here's an interesting stat: Man City have never ever lost a game by more than one goal. They've lost against Liverpool, but that's only 1-0. They've lost against um, no, actually, no. Is that at the Etihad? Yeah, never. Man City have never lost more than one goal this Premier League season. Yeah, but I did feel like they've lost against Man United too. So yeah, and also Brentford. So I don't know why that stat is there, but anyway, Man City still have a chance. They need to make sure that they win a game against Newcastle and Arsenal don't win against Bournemouth. So yeah, so for this game tomorrow. The way Newcastle have been dropping points, especially that final, I feel like it's going to be a tight one. I don't think it's going to be a draw because Man City don't want that, but it's going to be a tight one. So I'm going to have to go for. and Manchester City win of 2-0. I feel like De Bruyne will score, maybe Erling Haaland too. So, but listen, you know what? Yeah, my man is telling me something. Even though there's an early kickoff and teams don't do well in early kickoff, look what Arsenal did to Aston Villa. So yeah, if Arsenal didn't win that game, then maybe I would have gone for a Newcastle win. But you know what? Yeah, that was my first thought. But then I realized that Newcastle, since it's that the Etihad and Manchester City don't have a good record when it comes to 2 p.m. 12 p.m. kickoff games, especially at the Etihad, I'm gonna go for a Newcastle win. I feel like they will shock us. It's gonna be 2-1. You know, Brentford went there and beat them. Why can't Newcastle do the same? So I'm gonna go for a shock win of a Newcastle United win against Manchester City, and that will put more pressure on them. So I need to go for 2-0, but my first one is that now, I'm going to go for Newcastle United win. It's going to be 2-1 to them. Like I said, if Man City do win, then that's good. But I just don't see that happening. So unfortunately for Man City, you're going to lose to Newcastle United just like you did against Brentford at the Etihad at the 12:30 p.m. kickoff. So I'm going to go for a Newcastle shock win of 2-1. That's basically it. All right. The next one is also against Bournemouth. Now, of course, Bournemouth got absolutely destroyed by Man City the last game. And I feel like Arsenal did the same thing because they beat Everton, and yeah. And if Arsenal do win and Man City lose, they will be 8 points clear against Manchester City. So I feel like Arsenal win, but if Bournemouth shock, but if Man City win and Arsenal don't, then that means Man City will be 2 points clear. So the title is still going on. It's still going on. So Man City still need to have a chance, but they need to win every game and make sure that Arsenal drop points like maybe two or more games, if you know what I mean. So do I see Arsenal do that? No. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a 5-0 thrashing against Bournemouth. For an Arsenal win because Arsenal usually do a 5-0 win against Bournemouth at the Henwood, so it's going to be the exact same thing. So 5-0 to Arsenal. I feel like Saka will score, Martelli will score, Trossard will score 2 goals, and maybe Thomas Partey too. So yeah, that's how the game is going to plan out tomorrow. So yeah, many Arsenal fans don't think they're going to beat them 5-0, but listen, you guys are playing much better football. You're in a title race. You're definitely going to be in the Champions League next season. So, yeah, and you've really got the best players. Dropping Eden Ketia, putting Trossard as a striker. It really works for both Martinelli and Saka. So, yeah, that's why I'm going to have to go for an Arsenal win of 5-0. It's going to be a win. I ain't gonna watch that game, of course, but I know the final result will be 5-0 at the Emirates. So there you go. So 5-0 to Arsenal is going to be my prediction. Of course, the next game is Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. Now, of course, Crystal Palace did really well to get a draw against Liverpool, whereas for Aston Villa, they beat Everton 2-0. So, yeah, so Aston Villa's last home game, they lost against Arsenal. And, yeah, Aston Villa need to get this win because, like I said last week in my reaction, if Aston Villa beat Crystal Palace, and Chelsea lose against Leeds United, they'll be above Chelsea because they'll be on 34 points while Chelsea will be on 31. So and plus Crystal Palace still haven't won in 2023 in all competition, which is really really disappointing. So if Crystal Palace win, they have the same number of wins than Chelsea did. So yeah, but Crystal Palace, do I see them beating Aston Villa? No. So for that game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for 2-0 Aston Villa win. I feel like Ollie Watkins will score again, and maybe or who is that player? Philip Coutinho will score for them. So that's how the game will plan up tomorrow. So 2-0 to Aston Villa is going to be my prediction on that one. Now this one is interesting. Brighton against West Ham. Brighton. Did they win their last game? I think they might draw, but let me just have a quick look. Brighton. Just give me just 1 second. I just want to see what Brighton did their last game. Give me 1 second. Brighton. Let me just see. Brighton. Oh yeah, they. Oh yeah, then. Oh yeah, their game against Newcastle. They've lost against Fulham. So yeah, West Ham United got a really good win against Nottingham Forest, and what that means is that oh sorry is that West Ham United are out of the bottom three. Now, of course, if Everton win and West Ham don't, then they will be in serious trouble. They could finish in 17th by the end of this weekend. So, yeah, West Ham need to get that win. You know, I feel like it's going to be a difficult game for Brighton, but if they could beat West Ham United, then they'll be close to the top six, which none of us would have ever predicted. So, boy, West Ham's away record isn't that great as well. So I feel like West Ham United will win. I feel like they will do. It's going to be a difficult game, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Ham United win. I feel like they will win, even though it's that Brighton's ground. Brighton's home last game, they've lost against Fulham. So, yeah, and West Ham United need to get that win. Otherwise, David Moyes will be under some serious pressure. So, I feel like they will win. So, I'm going to go for a slight 1-0 victory against West Ham United in that game. So, yeah, that's going to be my prediction for that tomorrow's game. Right, the next game, and looking forward to it because I'm a Chelsea fan, is the big rivalry. Of course, I wish that game was at 5:30 p.m. or maybe perhaps on a Sunday, but it's not. Maybe Sunday at 2 p.m. because yeah, it's the um, it's the hatred between Chelsea and Leeds United. If Chelsea don't win against Leeds United, then and don't beat Dortmund, then Graham Potter could terminate his contract and leave the clubs. I don't know why he's still at the club because he should have got sacked after the Southampton game, or maybe he should have been the Chelsea manager in the first place. So yeah, I watched his press conference. Thiago Silva, not only is he injured, but Mason Mount is gone and Reece James is gone. So yeah, this Chelsea team is under some really top pressure. So for that game, I'm going to go for 1-0 lead. I feel like Summerfield will score. I've hunted the dollar for Chelsea, and I feel like Leeds United will do the same thing. So it's going to be 1-0 to Leeds United. We're winning, we ain't scoring, that is it. And yeah, and I know if we lose against Leeds United, the fans will not accept this. Even I will not accept it. So yeah, if Graham Potter wants to keep the faith for the Chelsea fans, he needs to find out what his best team is. Should not keep chopping and changing every time. Make put players in the right positions. Do not start Kai Havertz. Do not start Koulibaly and all that stuff. So yeah, but if I see the bad lineup again, then this is all on him. So for this game tomorrow, I ain't gonna talk about this too much, but all I know is gonna be 1-0 to Leeds United in that game tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Right, the next one is Southampton against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, of course, Tottenham Hotspur once again going out of the competition, the FA Cup this time, and it's been 15 years, 15 years since they last won a trophy. So the years keeps on going on and on and on. So yeah, so this is going to be a tough game for Tottenham. For Wolves, they haven't won their last game, so I think they might. What was Wolves' last game? To be honest with you, let me just have a look. Yeah, Wolves lost to Liverpool at Anfield. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough game for Wolves. They still are a really good team, but for Tottenham Hotspur, I feel like they will finish in the top four. But in terms of winning the trophy, they'll fail that. So I'm going to go for a slight 1-0 win against rules for Tottenham because they beat Chelsea. Going to Molineux ain't that great, of course. When Man United went there, they've only won 1-0. The same thing goes for Man City. The same thing goes for Liverpool. The same thing goes for Arsenal. So, yeah, it's going to be a 1-0 win for Tottenham Hotspur. So, that's how the game is going to plan out. 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. It's gonna. I feel like maybe Harry Kane will score for Tottenham like he always does against Wolves. So 1-0 to Tottenham is going to be my prediction on that one. Then the next one is the game where these two don't want to face each other again because remember on my birthday in 2019 it was Southampton nil, Leicester City 9, and that was the biggest. Well, not the biggest game, but the same scoreline away from home. So yeah, could this be a 9-0 for Leicester City again? I don't think so. But this game is so tough, because Leicester City lost against Arsenal just about. Worse for Southampton, they've lost against They've lost against um, uh, Leeds United. So for this game tomorrow, I don't know what to predict. I really don't know. It's not going to be a 9-0 Russian win, but all I know is going to be. I feel like Leicester City will get the win. I feel like they will beat Southampton at St Mary's like they always do. So yeah, it's not gonna be a flashy one, but I'm just gonna have to go for a 2-1 Leicester City win. I feel like James Maddison will score for Southampton, James Ward-Prowse the free kick, and Kelechi Iheanacho will score for Leicester City. So yeah, I mean, if Southampton win, then I still think they'll finish in 20th because of the goal difference. Whereas for Leicester City, if they win, then they will be 4 points behind Chelsea. So there you go. Teams are fighting for the lives, and Chelsea are in a bad situation right now. So if Leicester City want to catch up with Chelsea, they need to win their game against Southampton and also beat Chelsea next weekend. So yeah, 2-1 to Leicester City is not going to be like a 9-0 win, but I know that Leicester City is going to get that win tomorrow. So yeah, 2-1 to Leicester City is going to be my prediction on that one. Right, the next one is Nottingham Forest against Everton. And of course, Everton, since they beaten Arsenal, they lost against Liverpool, they lost against Aston Villa, and they've lost against Arsenal, and they haven't even scored. So they're in the relegation zone. So Everton really need to get this win. But going to the City ground ain't that easy because Manchester City went there got a draw. The same thing goes for Tottenham. The same thing goes for Chelsea. So yeah, for Everton, I feel like they ain't gonna win this game because even though Nottingham Forest signed so many players, they're 4 points ahead of Everton, so they could go 8 points and also 3 points behind Chelsea if they win um, against Everton. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for. Hmm, should I? I'm gonna go for 2-0. Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure where Jason Lingard is. I'm not sure who's going to be the goal scorers for Nottingham Forest, but all I know is that, yeah, it's going to be 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. I just don't see Everton scoring and winning that game. So, yeah, there you go. It's going to be 2-0 to Nottingham Forest on that game, in the Midlands. And then the game of the weekend. Looking forward to this game on Sunday. Liverpool, Manchester United. Both teams have the same amount of choice, which is 69. So, whoever wins this game is gonna be the team, yeah, who's gonna be the bigger club because I still think Man United are still the bigger club, but it's neck and neck on trophies. So that's why it's the best game in England. Teams are battling out to see which club is the biggest club in England. Of course, Old Trafford has the biggest fan base, the biggest stadium in Anfield. But listen, Liverpool have won more Champions League trophies than Man United, more FA Cups and all that stuff. So, yeah, this rivalry is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. For Liverpool, it's they've won their last game against Wolves at Anfield. So, yeah, but for Man United, it has been 7 years since they haven't went to Anfield and beaten them. So this is the time. And also, they haven't done the double of Manchester United, Liverpool since 7 years ago. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. For Liverpool, if they win against Manchester United, they would be 3 points behind Tottenham, just only 3 points behind Tottenham, and will be above Newcastle. So this will be very interesting. I didn't predict Tottenham to finish in the top four, but if they do, then that will surprise me and the rest of Liverpool fans because I don't think any of us would have ever predicted Liverpool to finish in the top four the way they've been struggling this season. But if they do, then maybe Jurgen Klopp just did what Liverpool did 2 years ago, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's see if we could do the same thing again. But for Manchester United, depending on the results for Arsenal and Manchester City, if they win, that means they will be 3 points behind behind Manchester City with a game in hand, and also let's see. 8 points behind Arsenal. So depending what happens in that game, they could be in the title race. I don't think they'll win it, but I feel like they'll definitely finish the top four. They've only won a trophy. Can they do it again under Eric Ten Hag? We shall wait and see. So yeah, really big game. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Unfortunately, I'm going to do a live watch long because on Sunday I'm going out somewhere with my family and my friends. So I can't do a live watch long, but I will watch the game and I'll tell you guys what happened to it on Monday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's so tough, because Anfield is still a fortress. Only Leeds went there and beaten them. So yeah, but for Man United, they're really good form. Even though they got a goal down, Eric Ten Hag just knows how to get the best out of these players. And guess what? Everything they lost against Aston Villa, they just keep on winning and winning and winning. So for this game, it's going to be a tight one, but I have to go for a Man United with a 2-1. I feel like Rashford will score again. Casemiro will score for Liverpool. Maybe Darwin Núñez will score for them. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Trent up against Rashford. Um, Andy Robertson up against who normally plays on the white? I'm really not sure, but yeah. Can Liverpool's midfield handle Casemiro and all that stuff, and maybe Bruno Fernandes too? We shall wait and see. But the one I'm looking forward to is that can Trent defend against Marcus Rashford? Let's wait and see. So it's going to be a really good game. Hopefully it's not a boring nil-nil draw, but listen, it ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be goals. And I feel like Man United will get the win, 2-1 to them. So that's how the game will plan out on Sunday. Really looking forward to that one. And then it's the West London derby. Now, of course, when these two face each other, Fulham won 3-2, and that was a really, really great game. And also, Brentford are now 3 points, sorry, 4 points behind Fulham. So guess what? If Fulham win against Brentford, then they would be above Liverpool and Newcastle depend on those games, so and be in the top and be in the Europa League places, which they haven't done since they've been in the finals. So yeah, so this is interesting. Whereas for Brentford, if they win against Fulham, they'll only be 1 point behind Fulham. So this game is very interesting. The West London derby. Of course, both teams play really good football. It's at the Brentford Community Stadium, I know, but listen, uh, when Fulham went to Brighton, we all thought it's going to be a difficult game, but they managed to beat 1-0. So, yeah, and also they are through to the quarterfinals after beating Leeds 3-0. So Fulham's this season have been really, really good. So for that game tomorrow, of course, Brentford drew against Crystal Palace, the last London derby. So it's going to be a really tough game, but I'm going to go for the win. I'm going to go for 1-0. I feel like maybe Alexander Mitrovic will score, and yeah, that's basically it. So, yeah, I mean, Fulham are overachieving this season because none of us, even I, would have predicted Fulham to be in the top six. But the reason why we did doing that is because Chelsea and Liverpool are struggling. That's why I allow Brentford, Brighton, and Fulham to be above us. So that's basically it. So yeah, it's our fault that we did that. So hopefully next season, Chelsea and maybe Liverpool can get back to what they did last season and all that stuff. But if both teams are still struggling, then Fulham, Brighton, or Brentford could be in the top six yet again. So let's hope it doesn't happen next season. So yeah, so 1-0 to Fulham is going to be my prediction on that one. All right, so that is all my main predictions. Let me go through them one more time. So, Man City against Newcastle. I've gone for a short Newcastle United 2-1 win against City. Then Arsenal, I've gone for 5-0 thrashing against Bournemouth at the Emirates. The next one, I've gone for a Aston Villa 2-0 win against Crystal Palace in the Midlands. Then Brighton against West Ham United. I've gone for a slight West Ham United 1-0 win. Then I've gone for another shock. Leeds United 1-0 win against Chelsea. Well, it's not a shock, but I won't be surprised if Leeds United do win. Then the Midlands, Tottenham Hotspur against Wolves. I've gone for a 1-0 slight Tottenham win against Wolves. Then I've gone for another tight game. Leicester City 2-1 win against Southampton. Then Sunday's games, I've gone for a 2-0 Nottingham Forest win against Everton. Then the game of the weekend, I've gone for a Man United 2-1 win against Liverpool. Just about tight one. Then I've gone for a Fulham a 1-0 win in the West London derby. So that is it, guys. That is all my Premier predictions for game week number 26. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree on my predictions. And what's your predictions? Would you go for a shock Bournemouth win? Would you go for Liverpool win and all that stuff? Let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very interesting. And if you do, make sure you click the like button. Don't forget to click the share button so that people can subscribe and all that stuff. And yeah, click the bonus notifications because tomorrow there's going to be a live watch along and also the match reaction after the Chelsea Leeds game. So it's a must-win game. But do I see that happening? No, because Graham Potter's still here. He hasn't been sacked, but the next two games could be very crucial. I see us losing against Leeds and Dortmund, both at Stamford Bridge. So it is what it is. You know, that's life, as Graham Potter used to say that. So yeah. So we cannot lose to Leeds United, but in my deep heart of hearts, we are definitely losing to them. So yeah, we just got to accept that. So yeah, those are the Premier League games. Looking forward to the Liverpool Manchester United game. It's going to be very good to watch, and yeah, and I'll tell you guys all of the games what happened for this weekend on Tuesday. So make sure you guys check that out. So as always, look after yourselves. I hope you have a really good weekend. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys very very soon. Take care, and always peace. I'm out of here.